brains, one cell, two brains, one cell, two brains, one cell, two brains, one cell.
Big stepper. That's an audio cue for you if I've ever seen it. I'd be nice to that one. That's my favorite. I was about to start singing a lullaby. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome back
To brain.
close enough. One.
Sanitization.
If you were going to hold out any longer, I was going to say, it's what your dad's in. But he's not.
Cell.
Yeah. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Two Brains, One Cell. What an opener.
That made me want to. I was like, wait, what is he doing? Where is he?
You just get a call from county jail.
Can you bail me out?
So I got my pack of cards. I already opened two because I got impatient. Got a few new ones, but I also got a bunch of the same horse shit. So that's cool. But gonna keep going.
This is like a true test of like if we should really try and get him to. Oh shit!
Slip and slide.
Monster High.
20 questions.
Oh shit! I still have one of those somewhere. What is it?
I got the Scholastic Book Fair. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
See, we should have got that card pack when we bought 4 of them.
I know. What the fuck?
Barbie cash register, low key. I played with that for sure
I
as
had
a
one.
kid.
I didn't have one.
If I
Who
was
had it?
playing with someone and they had that shit, I was like,
Oh, I was hitting the fucking register button.
yeah, I was like, what's up? Cha-ching. What's up? Yeah, cha-ching.
What a pull. Candyland.
Candyland.
I played the fuck out of Candyland with my family.
That was epic.
Nintendogs. I
Nintendogs.
got that one in a previous pack.
This one feels like. Uh-oh.
Redbox.
Oh shit!
That's sick. Hubba bubba.
Hubba bubba.
This is cool.
Ooh.
The scratch art paper.
Those were
I had
so
that shit.
fun.
Yeah. Super fucking cool. What a great idea for a holographic card.
Yeah. It'd be even cooler if the back of it you could do this.
Right? It's already bent a little. What the fuck?
He also got a Diary of a Wimpy Kid one as well.
Oh, a hollow. Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
I also got the same Goosebumps one, which is
Yeah.
funny because I told my coworker if I got another one, he could have it. So I guess he's getting a free one.
No, it's like a pyramid scheme. Now you need to make him buy more. So
True.
that you can trade with him in case he gets one.
The fact that it could work.
You just have to buy. You have to buy 8 packs to get a variety. And
That-
even then, barely any.
That is a pyramid scheme. You just have to sell this many. Cheat codes.
Hell yeah.
Biking with
With
friends.
friends. Epic.
Epic. Oh,
Is that Plants vs. Zombies?
now that's epic.
Fuck. That's a good one.
That'd be easier if we just do camera audio.
Maybe for you.
Fair. They're just seeing.
Yeah. It's just another super long slow zoom. MySpace? Let's bring that back. Nerf! Hell yeah.
Or nothing, bitch! Sorry. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
Get shit on!
Get shit on!
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
Wednesday, my fuckers. Hubba bubba.
Hubba bubba. Hubba bub. Bubba bub.
Fuck! Holographic bionicle, bitch!
I should have had onto the Borderlands card.
You probably should have.
I would have been. I should have been like,
How much
excuse
are you gonna
me.
get to look through?
Right. Well,
Well,
I think I have.
you have a lot of those.
Yeah, except for like the balloonies one or whatever that was.
There's a tramp in there.
I have that one.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Furby.
Furbies are a fucking atrocity. Like, these things are terrifying. Why do they exist?
There was a Simpsons Christmas episode based on that, and it was pretty scary. O'Reilly, he got the card. He got the card.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh my God! I have that on DVD.
I love that movie.
Fuck!
It's like a Haunted Island one. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, depending on which one it is. Is it the first
I
one?
think it's the first one.
The first one. Yeah. Oh yeah, the island's in the background.
Oh, it is. How about that?
But I don't know
No,
if that's the second one.
epic. Kool-Aid Jammer.
That's fucking sick.
Not just a. The Sandbox.
The Sandbox. That's fucking sick.
Another name.
Huh? Uh-oh.
Wickens.
Nice.
Fuck heck.
That like had control of our world for like it had everyone by the balls for a while.
I got another fucking goosebumps. What the fuck?
How many you got left?
5.
Damn. For some reason I felt like you got through like a ton of them.
Nope, we're halfway.
Damn.
Just scraping the surface. Okay, I am at least happy that my new card pile is bigger than the return card pile. I'll take that.
Jesus.
I know. It's like, you don't think about how much 100 cards is.
Dude, right. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Other cheat codes. Biking. Oh, wrong pile.
Oh, we also haven't seen the 10 frame whatchamacallit. That's fucking sick. The gummy bear. Annoying orange.
Hey,
Danimals, you got it back.
Return on my investment.
Yep, you
some
got
might
it back.
say. Hey, hubba bubba.
You fucker. You binge. No way. Get out of here. Alright.
It's only fair. You gave me what I wanted.
That is so sick. I think Caleb has my Bionicles upstairs. And if he doesn't, I will murder him.
Well, there's a return on your investment.
Yeah, buddy!
Do it yourself. I'm getting a whole lot of returns again, and I haven't gotten a fucking Uno card yet. Just saying. Strawberry fucking shortcake. Let's go, baby.
What was that one?
I honestly don't know.
Oh, that's the one I got in my first pack. That weird game where you roll around.
Some Ice to Die. Have that one. Oh, Flum.
Oh my god, I can still smell the phloem. Hell yeah, that's also the one you
That
called
is,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that. The holographic, Fairly Odd Parents.
Look
Berries! Sorry.
Fucking hell.
That was a lot louder than even I meant it to be. 3 packs. If I don't get an Uno, I swear to fucking God.
How many cards
I don't know.
were in that photo?
Over 100.
I feel like it would only be fair for that guy to just put all
Every
of them.
card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no dupes, just every card.
Like, if I'm paying this much...
But I guess also you can't really keep track of what cards in what pack, so it's probably got to be...
I got the food pyramid.
Probably. That's hilarious.
Happy Wheels. I finally got my own little troll face.
Nice.
I'm getting fucked! I'm getting fucked live on camera.
It'll be the first time.
I know.
This guy gets it.
This guy gets it. Fire.
Is that the me?
It's the Me Maker.
Hell yeah.
Game Informer.
Hell yeah.
Windows XP.
There you go. That's not the Bliss one this time, though.
Yeah.
That other game thing.
Roblox. Max and Ruby.
Oh my god.
Fire.
Barnyard. There's a cow farm. You're gonna see cows.
There's gonna be cows outside. Got Powerpuff Girls. I seriously have one pack left.
How crazy is it that, like, You've opened all of these and
No 10 frame.
no 10 frame, yeah.
Oh, this one is heavier.
Ah.
Feel it.
Oh yeah, that's like dense.
Yeah. If there's not an Uno in here, I'm gonna lose my absolute shit.
It's just all Uno cards in there.
I would be happy.
There's another Simpsons reference in there. Can't remember what it is.
Google!
Nice.
I'll take a Google. Barrel of Monkey.
Oh, hell yeah.
Candyland.
Uh-huh.
A do-it-yourself.
Uh-huh.
A Roblox.
Uh-huh. Oh,
a Chuck E. Cheese.
hell
Fire.
yeah. And Hardy. Is
Got
it
it.
the Tricks?
It's tricks.
That's so fucking sick. You remember those in school?
I do.
I didn't get a fucking Uno card. The one card I wanted out of this whole fucking thing. Didn't get it. What the fuck? I'm mad.
Got some good ass cards though.
I got some fun ones, but not a fucking Uno.
Uno.
I got a lot of fucking dupes on my
Draw
hollows. That's just not even the rule.
Fuck! 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 Don't clip that.
I was just wondering how long he was going to let me throw a tantrum.
Who is texting me 5 times in a row? Oh. The guy from last night. So, while he does that, I wanted to briefly talk about our Boondocks dinner that we brought up last episode. Damn. Maybe if you scratch all 4 and smell all 4 at the same time, it might smell like a hint.
Oh, never mind. Fucking 5.
Oh, okay.
Half of my packs had a Hubba Bubba.
But when we were at Boondocks, we got done doing everything except for the arcade because we were going to do that after we ate dinner. So I go up there, me and Emily, I ordered a chicken sandwich. She gets chicken tenders. We go sit down, and everyone kind of joins us, and we're waiting for our food, and this guy drops off pretzel bites and chicken tenders with fries, which is exactly what Emily ordered, so we pass it to her. And we're kind of sitting there just for, like, it, not long, but, like, long enough to be kind of, like, whose is this? And so then I go, Brighton, did you order pretzel bites? Because I know Cade can't. And I didn't. So did you order pretzel bites? And he goes, no, I ordered macaroni bites. And I was like, oh. And he was like, I'm going to be so sad if they messed up my order. And I think I started eating them. And then, or before we even ate them, I believe Brighton stood up and went to the only other people in the restaurant and asked them, hey, did you guys order blah, blah, blah? Because we got this and it's not. And they were like, no, we actually didn't order anything. So we were like, all right, there's no one else in this room except for them. They didn't order it, so they messed up our order. So we sat down and started eating it because who fucking cares? Then Emily gets like half the way through her food and the pretzel bites are basically gone. And the lady comes over to the table and she goes, you guys got the wrong order, and now we have to go back and remake the food for them, and we also have to take this back. We have to take this off the table and take it to the kitchen to show them they gave it to the wrong table.
Complete and utter fucking bullshit. Anyone who's ever worked in food service or even hasn't knows that they have to just throw it away if they take it.
As soon as the food touches the table, it becomes either human human poop, or they throw it away.
Yeah.
And so
Why not just let us fucking eat it?
that was like our first, like in my head, that was the first like ping that was weird. And then a little bit later, I was like, also, why? And someone said it. I don't know if it was you or someone was like, why didn't they just give them Emily's order? It was the exact same order.
Yeah, it was fucking chicken tenders.
And fries. Like, just give them the order. You don't have to remake it and make 3 of them when you messed up. Like, it could have been easily done that way. Then she was trying to make us feel bad by like, well, now we have to like go remake the food because you guys decided to eat the food that we put on your table.
I know, as if it was our fucking fault.
Yeah.
Carson was being an adult about it and talking to her. I was mean mugging the shit out of this idiot.
Yeah, because all I did was just tell her like, well, our order was almost exactly the same. We thought that you guys messed up on your end and we weren't going to say anything and we were just going to eat it. And then I think that kind of she was expecting us to be mean about it or something.
I almost was.
Because the way that when I said something nice back to her, the way that she kind of like
Her demeanor changed.
yeah, it changed and then she left and it was the weirdest fucking thing. And then throughout the rest, like we were eating and just kind of talking amongst each other, and the whole time, all I could think about is the way that went down. It was bizarre to me.
Hey, person who made this, I know you're watching. The fact that my 2 piles of new cards and duplicates are the same size is a fucking problem. You moron. That's half of my money wasted, dickhead.
They can't see your 2 piles, by the way.
Well, just imagine down here, there's 2 piles, and they're the fucking same.
So that was our Boondocks debacle. It was fucking stupid.
Very, very mucho el dom.
Then the only reason why I put concert down is because I had another altercation somewhat similar to this awkward thing that just happened. So I got off work early, went home, changed, came in my pants. No.
There it is.
I went to the concert. Wait, hold on.
I don't think he. I don't think he went to the concert.
No, I forgot to. I think it was Tuesday I bought the camera.
Check our text.
It might have been Wednesday. Fuck. I don't even know where I put my phone. Yeah, I don't know where my phone is, so it's okay. But I'm just gonna say it how I think it went down. Monday, I found a listing for the exact camera that I wanted to get for way cheaper than everyone else, and it was in Ogden. So I messaged them like 3 times right off the bat and was like, this is like my dream camera. I really would like this. I can come tonight if you would like. And they responded like 15 minutes later and they were like, I have been getting nonstop notifications. And this was like a just listed thing. And she was like, but you can have it if you're being serious. And I was like, absolutely. I'll be there tonight if you want. And she was like, all right, I'll be home later tonight if you want to stop by. And I was like, sweet. What time works best for you? Never answered me. So then I sent like a few more messages that night and then one in the morning just to be like yeah, just be like, hey, I'm still, very interested if you're, willing to let me come by still if you haven't sold it and everything. And then I also was trying to keep sending separate messages like that because if she really was getting a million texts, I need to get towards the top so she can see where I am. So she eventually answered me the next day, so Tuesday, and it was the exact reason. She was like, sorry, I was having a really hard time finding our chat. I don't know what happened, and like, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, I could show up anytime today. You tell me what time works best for you, and I will show up anytime. And she was like, how's noon? And I was like, deal. I told my manager, And she was like, yeah, get on it. You have to go get that. And I was like, yeah. Like, I wasn't expecting her to be so enthusiastic about
Yeah.
it. I thought she was going to be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. But she was like, yeah, go. And I was like, okay, I'm going. And, oh, nice.
Didn't take it as far down. If you remember that.
Yeah. Then
I've spent more time talking outside the mic than into it this episode so far. Sorry, go on.
then I think it was like 11 something rolls around, and they lived at like the tippy top of Pleasant View,
Of
like
course they did.
the border of the mountain to neighborhood. I was up there, no service, so I'm sitting there trying to text and like figure out if I'm at the right house or not, and I'm like, fuck it, I think I'm here. So I went to knock on the door, and it was them. So I get in there. All I did was like turn the camera on. I looked through the screen and was looking at it. Took like a photo on accident, just trying to feel how it was, and it just snaps. And I go, "Oop, sorry." I just took a photo of the inside of her house. So I was like, "Sorry,"
Yeah.
but there's no SD card in it, so it doesn't save. It deletes after you turn the camera off. So
You just start.
and
Just get right up in her face.
sorry, just testing.
You got a unibrow.
I'm trying to test the macro mode on this. Can you just like flare your nostrils real quick?
Then she's like, "Oh yeah,
She's like, "Oh, I know this test. I did it." But yeah, go ahead.
go ahead."
I took one photo with it and then like looked through it and then like maybe messed with the settings for like just a couple seconds, and I was like, "Yeah, I want this." So then I like went and I went through my account and then Venmo'd her and everything. And while it was loading, because I didn't have service, it took forever. And then she had to connect me to her Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I remember the service up here sucking because I had friends that lived up here. And so for lunch when we would come up here, it was just dead zone. Like we weren't able to use anything. And she was like, oh, what high school did you go to? And I go, Weber. And she goes, me too. And she goes, what year did you graduate? And then I just grin and I go, 2020. And she goes, oh. Like, this is a mother living at the tip top of Pleasant View. I'm sorry, but no one in their early 20s is doing that right now. Like, at least that I know of. And so I was like,
All of the people from our graduating year that got pregnant or got married are not doing that great.
yeah, all of the people from our class died horrifically in one giant airplane accident.
It's true. Flight Malaysia 370. I still haven't found it.
It actually spawned out of nowhere, like from like a Doctor Strange portal, and just crashed into just the one place that we were all hanging out at one time.
Just all of us.
But I was in the bathroom, and so I was fine.
Yeah, I was going to grab another drink,
And so
I was fine.
we made it out fine, but
Yeah.
everybody else somehow didn't make it out.
Imagine my surprise when I came back with 600 drinks and no one was there.
Yeah. And then imagine I hear a big boom.
And it
and
wasn't
it's
from you.
Not my butt.
Yeah.
My bunt. So
Don't ever say bunt.
And I leave the bathroom, and it's just rubble. Like, for some reason, only the bathroom survived. Everything else was just rubble. No. So I was like, 2020. She goes, oh, yeah, and I was like, yeah, the beard kind of throws it off.
I almost just said bet to my girlfriend. She said, I'm excited for when you're home, and I almost just said bet.
You send streaks back?
Streaks.
But it's not even like the streaks where you do an effort. It's just the black screen with an
With
S.
an S, yeah. The people that did that, I'm like, if you're not even going to put effort into this, why are we talking?
Yeah. I was like, don't ever
Don't
talk
you
to me
ever.
ever again. Bought the camera. As I was leaving, there was a deer in the yard, and so I like took a picture with the camera, and I was like, I wonder if the camera itself can hold like 5 photos, and then everything after that just it can't hold. So I was like, hopefully there's the picture of the deer when I get home.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but I ended up coming back home, eating lunch, went back to work. Then instead of going to the gym, I wanted to play with the camera, so I played with the camera. Wednesday, concert, I leave work early, come home, change, go to the concert, and I'm in line. This is where it is. I was the second person in line. And
This guy is religiously the second person in line. First person, you just gotta be there.
Yep.
Gotta be there to know.
And so I sit down on the concrete and just start going with the boondoggle.
Every other damn card.
Right. Well, the fact that there were so many duplicates is so outrageous. With how many were on that page?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a little.
It's wild. Yeah, still mad about that. Fuck you. $80. Fuck you.
So I was sitting down, doing the boondoggle thing, and I'm watching. And I swear to God, every time I go to these Twilight concerts, everyone walks right past the GA line and just joins the VIP line.
Yeah.
And then get fucked when when they've been over in VIP the whole time, and then someone's like,
This is VIP.
yeah, or like someone brings up that they got the ticket, like blah 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 about their tickets, and they hear it, and then they come back over, and that happened with every single person up until there was maybe like 10 people in line. Everyone went straight to VIP, then back to GA.
Oh, people.
And so I was sitting on the corner where like the first person in line every time I've gone usually sits right there, and he usually has his little chair. Wasn't there this time, so I was like, fuck, I'll take his spot.
Yeah, you take his chair.
And so, yeah. I was sitting there, and there was a couple across from me, like right where the gates are supposed to open, and they were just in the sun with a fan, and I was like, if you were to just move this way where I was, you would be in the shade.
I was about to say, isn't that like super counterproductive?
Yeah. You guys are standing in the sun, where if you were to just stand 4 feet this way in the shade and just let people know that you're in line, you're fine.
You're good.
So this group of women goes by to the VIP and then comes back, and then they're standing behind me. Line starts to grow, and then it's about 20 till the doors are supposed to open, and
20 years.
this person comes up to like look at the sign that was up front, which I saw them go from the back of the line and like kind of come through the front of it, which this person, I don't know how else to describe this, but like they're the kind of person that their shirt's a little too short, butt cracks hanging out a little bit, flip-flops with toenails that look like a horror movie.
So, unkempt.
Yes.
Unkempt. I don't know.
And then
Unkempt.
like also maybe they have like fuzzy cat ears they have at home and a butt plug tail. Like that's the kind of person this was.
What color of hair?
I don't remember, but they had a pink hat on.
Oh. Was it a hat?
I don't know. And so
Give me your money.
I saw them leave and I don't know how I witnessed them leave, but I remember like just kind of like looking at the line to see how long it was.
Just hitting one of these.
And then I watched as they came all the way around to the front, and they came through and got to like in front of where the first person was to look at the sign that has the rules. And so I watched them read it, and then these other people join in and start reading it, and then they walk away. And then that person comes back and goes in between the first and second right here and kind of goes past a little bit and stands
Kind of hangs out.
like near. Yeah, like not necessarily in line, but across the sidewalk. So they're like maybe 5 feet away from me, and they're 5 feet away from the first people in line.
Because they're not gay.
And so that should be a card.
Right.
The picture of them in the hot tub. Oh, that might be problematic.
Yeah.
Never mind. Scratch that.
Scratch and sniff. I don't like that our brains clicked at the same time. I just barely noticed that looks like badonkles. Your boondocks.
Yeah, when I did the first loop of the bee,
Bacoondocks.
I did the first loop of the bee too big, and so then I had to I lifted it up and did a second one, and then it messed up the whole writing process afterwards.
Yeah.
Because it was like I was overthinking how to write, and then I fucked up the whole thing.
And then there's Denev.
Denev. Yeah.
Denev. New corn.
And so they're standing like a distance away but lingering and just on their phone.
It's like you
And-
can tell. It's like I know what you're trying to fucking.
Yeah, immediately I was like, I really hope that they're not trying to sneak into line, because that was way too obvious. You're doing this poorly.
Yeah. If you're gonna try, just be like, oh hey, and then walk in.
Like, do something, not just stand nearby and then plan to just cut in front of me when the line starts moving. Don't do that.
Because guess what? I'm not the bigger person. I do resort to physical violence.
And I'm usually not the person to say anything ever, but there was 20 minutes of boiling time here, and I heard the ladies behind me, and the only reason why I'm going to mention this part, they were, I believe they were Latina women, and they are very, very capable of being able to be like openly being able to tell someone, hey, you're not fucking getting away with that.
They don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
And I love it.
And they were behind me, and so I was like, thank God I don't have to say something. They will or something. And so then 5 minutes go by, and they're like inching forward a little bit. And so then the ladies by me, I hear one of them go, I hope you know that, or no, she's not saying it to them, by the way. They're kind of talking amongst each other, but they're saying it loud enough that they'll hear it, you know?
Yeah.
And so they're like, I know they're not trying to jump in front of us in line. Don't make me start to throw hands before I go inside of a concert. Like, all this, they're saying it out loud, and this person is so close enough that they could definitely hear it.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I was grinning while they were saying that, and I was like,
I would be staring that person in the eyes while they're saying that shit, just like they're talking about you.
I was staring at them, waiting for them to look up, and I was going to be like, what do you, like, shrug, be like,
Get the fuck out of here.
you heard them, so, and then,
See, the funniest part is I always tell myself it's not a big deal until I'm in the moment where someone, like, I do the same thing with driving. If someone is all of a sudden, like, they speed past and it's like lanes cut down to one. This happened fucking yesterday. Someone sped all the way
zipping
down
by,
it.
they're like, fuck you guys, and then all of a sudden you have to merge, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they have to cut through everybody.
Yeah, so basically they skip, like, everyone who zipper merged like an adult
Yeah.
back at, the sign to zipper merge. And so naturally, I will always get right next to them, and as soon as they try to go forward to, like, in front of me, I
Yeah.
go with them. When they stop, I stop. I don't give a fuck if I'm
That's
impeding them.
hilarious.
Because once this was 2 months ago, I looked behind me after, because the person behind me also didn't let them in, and they just went, I was like, yeah!
That's great.
Yeah, so I just make sure that they can't do it. I ruin their day, because I'm like, no, you won't. You think you're more important than people? I'm going to show you. I don't give a fuck, because I didn't get a goddamn Uno card, and I'll take it out on you.
Outside of the car stuff, because I'm that way with car things, I typically am like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say this, I'm going to go crazy, and then when someone's like, that person say they did something wrong, and I'm losing my mind, and then they come up to me, they're like, hey man, I go, hey, how you doing? Like, I boil it up in my head, and then when it comes face to face like that, I'm like, it's nothing, I don't give a fuck, I don't care. But in this instance, Cade.
Yeah. I don't let it fester. I just go, yo, and typically like, like, you don't even have to call them out for what they're doing. You just have to hit them with a
And so these ladies, I'm grinning because they're saying it loud enough, and I'm in my head, I'm boondoggling feverishly because I am just upset, and I'm going to town on this, and I'm looking up at them every once in a while, checking my phone, and I'm like, all right, when it's been 15 minutes, I'm gonna be like, all right, you have 5 minutes to go find your actual spot in line, because it's not cutting in front of me when I've been here for an hour.
Yeah.
That was my line that I was going to say. And so then I was like kind of still, I was boondoggling still, and then I was like, that might be a little harsh. Maybe I should be like, hey, I hope you're not trying to cut in front of me, because I, as well as these ladies, have been here for well over half an hour, or well over an hour, and that would be really, really fucked up for you to just try and jump in front of us like that. And so I was trying to bring it back, but also still be like, don't fucking try it, you know? So then 5 minutes happens, and I am like shaking
I get it.
because I never do this, but
Somehow
I am
in the
not. I'm not letting it happen.
Somehow in the anticipation of your own anxiety.
Yeah. And so I'm like shaking with the boondoggle, and then I finally look at it, and it goes from 54 to 55, and I go, throw it in my pocket,
It's
put the
go time.
boondoggle in my pocket, and I go, excuse me, I hope you're not trying to cut in front of us because we've all been here for over an hour, and then they're trying to cut me off and start talking. And I'm like, that's not fair for everyone else that's been in line when I saw you come from the back and you've been slowly trying to cut in front of us. And they go, and they were almost trying to like play into being a victim.
Oh,
like
of
as if
course
I
they
was
were.
yelling or something. And so they were like, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to upset you. I wasn't trying to make you mad. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. And they said it like 4 times. And I go, no, listen. I'm not mad. It's totally okay, but I'm letting you know you can't cut in front of us.
Yeah.
You just, I'm sorry I upset you, and like start to walk back, and I'm like, you're fine, but like just letting you know you can't.
You're about to upset me if you keep fucking talking.
And so they went all the way, and that was the funny thing is that they did it to themselves now that you tried to do that, and now you have to go even further back in line than you were
that's
earlier.
the craziest thing. Like, why try to cut in line when you could just get in line?
Yeah, and they were not too far away from like where I was, but then when the time came, they were pretty far back then.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what happened, but then the whole line we switched over to the side where the sun was, but it shaded by that time. And I turned to the ladies next to me and I go, did I seem upset when I said that? And they were like, no, we were actually just saying that you handled that so well. And one of them goes, I was actually taking notes. And she was like, I was going to say something, but I didn't want to start the night off getting in a fight with someone. And I would not have been nice.
No.
And so I was like, because I really didn't feel like I was being like mean or upset or anything.
One thing with you is you talk to people like an adult
Yeah.
professionally.
Yeah.
You are very, very nice about it. Same thing with the Boondocks person.
Yeah.
Like, you're very kind. Yeah, I will probably tell them to kill themselves. So they're probably used to me, and then you're like, is he gonna shoot me or?
What's happening is I'm being very nice, but they can see the pits of hell behind my eyes burning.
Yeah, your eyes are just black.
All they hear is like, oh no, you're totally fine, but they just in their head they hear, oh, you're gonna die. Like, get ready to fucking die, buddy.
Clip that.
Get ready to fucking die.
Clip it again.
And so while I was talking to them, this guy that was behind them chimed in, and he at first pissed me off because he was like, because I only heard partially of what he said.
Yeah.
And it was like something along the lines of, it's only one person, what does it matter kind of thing. And so then I immediately chime in and I go, see, I probably wouldn't have I probably would have let them in front of me if they would have said something and approached me and like said, hey, would you mind? I'm really excited to be here if I got in front of you. And me only being there early because I didn't want to be at work and I have time anxiety, I would have totally let them in there. Especially because the first thing I did when I got in there was go get beer and water.
Yeah.
And so I told them, I was like, if it was a different situation, if they would have told me that, if they would have walked up, they would have said something, 100% I would have let them in front of me. But the fact that they were slowly inching forward and not even trying to be like
Sly.
very sly, like sure, like slowly inching forward could be, but like
If
they
were
weren't
in like
trying.
first grade.
Right. And so I was like, but in that instance, I was not just going to let it slide. And then he was like, yeah, like he kind of agreed afterwards. Then this whole group of us started talking, and
I
they
would have
were
just been like, all right, you know what? This guy cut in line. This guy cut. Just
and
get him the fuck out of there.
as we were talking, they were talking about like the sun and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, you guys want a little tip to these since I've gone to a few of them now. Go to the right side of the amphitheater when you get in because the shade hits there first, and if you're on the other side, you get cooked for the rest of the night. And so they were like, oh, thank you, whatever. And so I got in there, got my beers, and then I saw all of them down at the front and him next to them talking to him, and I was like, oh, we're line friends now.
Yeah.
And so then I went down there and started talking to all of them again. Apparently they flew from Puerto Rico to come see the show.
Damn.
Yeah. So it made a lot more sense that they were upset about the person cutting in front of them when they flew from Puerto Rico all the way out to Utah to see this person perform at this amphitheater. They were like the third person in line,
Yeah.
and someone was trying to cut in front of them.
Yeah, fair.
Because it brings that like that childish like parent thing where they're like, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
and then when you get told that as an adult, hey, buddy, then you go, fuck, he got me. I literally can't now.
I literally cannot.
He fucking got me.
It's insane how
Like, brainwashing's not a thing. Oh yeah, say nuh-uh to an adult. They'll look like a child that just got yelled at.
If an adult does something that they know they shouldn't have, and you say,
Done. They're done for. They'll cry.
They literally go, fuck, I'm sorry. They start doing the. Precisely.
I've cried a few times in my days.
I'm a seasoned crier, if you will.
I do have the depression that is seasonal.
My job town crier.
Hey, Pev, dude, you should do stand up.
I know. I need to do it. I promise
you
I'll
need
do
to
it.
do stand up. Oh my god.
Anyway, I get in there. I'm talking with them a little bit, and I'm talking with this dude way more. And like we hit it off. We're now just talking back and forth, concerts, photography, music, all this kind of stuff. I was telling him about the fucking camera that I just bought, and then all of a sudden, Mom comes in, which I had texted her throughout the to meet up with her and all this. But she comes in out of nowhere. I just see her walk up and take my empty beer and give me a beer and then walk away.
Beer goblin to the best degree.
I go, hey, and then she goes, here, trade me, takes it, and then walks off. And I'm like, so that was my mom.
Dude, if I was talking to a random dude and their mom came up and I would lose my mind. That's funny.
It was so good. And that was the only words. It was, hey, hi, trade me. Gone.
A woman with a mission, you know?
And I
That
told
is
her, I
so
was
funny.
like, I was going to save our spot on the bleachers, but I'm kind of hitting it off up here. I just want to at least hang around for a while, and I'll meet up with you afterwards. And she's like, cool. So she goes to the bleachers. I'm still hanging out with this guy. And so we're talking, and it gets to a point where it was the second opener. I was just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because me and him weren't talking too much anymore. We were kind of just enjoying the music, and so we were both just like, peace. So then I leave. I go meet up with Mom. She was sitting in the grass, and we're talking, and this is about when I had so this was after my third beer and everything, so I was feeling good. And then we're talking, and I see the owner of Alleged. I see his lady.
My coworker wants to play Grounded tonight.
Fuck, I was gonna ask you to play Minecraft. Fuck.
Do you want to play tomorrow?
Depends on how late I'm out.
I am also free Sunday.
That also depends on how late I have to mow the fucking lawn.
This guy and being out late, am I right?
God, tell me about it.
Here's the thing. I don't know how long we'll play because he also does have a child, so I'll keep you updated.
Do it. Because I think it would be fun to do the Minecraft stuff tonight, but then also like record it regardless. And then
I don't even have OBS set up right now. I'll have to do that.
God, you suck.
Do I have OBS? No, yeah, I don't know if I have OBS because it's the new computer. So Carson made it, but it fell into a different dimension, and it's going to come back in roughly 20 minutes to hit you in the head.
Fuck.
You really got to stop doing that.
Fuck.
Fuck.
So, I see the owner's lady, and I was like about to go say hi, and then they walked right into the sponsor area, and I was like, fuck.
It's like,
So then I go to the bathroom, and then when I come out, I see them, and I was like, oh, hey. And she, like, it was kind of like a mutual, like, we both saw each other at the same time this time. And so I said hi to her, and we were just kind of like, just very little chat for a second. And she was like, well, it was nice seeing you. She's like, I'll see if I have more the bracelets down there, and she was like, "Is it just you?" And I go, "No, it's just me and my mom." And she was like, "Okay, hold on." And she left, and she came back with the VIP tickets.
Jesus Christ.
So I got VIP again. I put it on Mom's wrist. I put it on my wrist, and we both just walked down into VIP, and just in time to watch the opener, or the main person, I mean. And we it was a good time. We were vibing, and she ended up leaving because she got one of those things where like you swallow wrong and then you can't stop coughing.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a convulsive thing. Like you're not consciously going. It's like it's happening, and you're like trying to like okay, hold, like you know. And so I was
Your
like,
body just starts freaking out.
I was like, here. And so I gave her my water, and she took a drink, and it didn't help. So she was like, it's all right. I'm just going to head out. And I was like, okay. And so she left. I enjoyed the rest of the show. And then I tried to get someone the set list because I was up against the bar. And so I was trying to get this girl that was freaking out. I was trying to get her the set list, and we didn't end up getting it. Some adult man, like some adult balding man in his 40s got the set list of this. Like, it's not his kind of music. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Everybody can listen to music, but, like, the set list should have gone to this girl that was, like,
freaking the fuck out.
Wearing the merch and has, like, been freaking out about it. And anyway, I was just like...
Speaking of Twilight concerts, next Friday, what are you doing?
Twilight concert?
The Alves one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to that.
Yeah, I've got because I have the season pass, so
Yeah.
I'm going to all of them except for 2.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just making sure you were going.
you know who else is going to that?
Me.
Parker.
Nice.
Because I saw them at the concert too, and I ran into them. We all started chatting it up, and I was like, "There's an after party at a Legend." And they're like, "We'll see you there, man." They didn't show up,
Nice.
but they also were like, "You going to that one next week?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll be there." And they're like, "We'll see you then." So who knows if
Cool.
they'll actually be there? But
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm taking my sibling and Lizzie. So
nice.
if you're there, let's meet up and
I'll
have
be there.
fun.
I'll be there. I'll probably again be there early in line. So
I was about to say you could come to dinner with us, but you'll be in line
Yeah.
while we're eating.
yeah,
I can bring you food.
maybe it depends on if I'm smart enough to eat before I go.
Take a protein bar.
Unlike the last few
Yeah.
issues
hey,
I've been doing.
If you don't eat before you go, less beer you gotta buy.
This is true. And they also have Lucky Slice and stuff in there that I could get.
Oh,
but
nice.
I just
Is it more expensive?
I don't know. I haven't really
Checked.
looked at the difference. Yeah.
Fair.
But I mean, granted, the last time I went to get one, I got it for free because Nix knew the person in there, and they were like,
Oh.
"Hey, whatever he wants for free." And Nix was just getting me a slice of pizza, so it was
This is just the guy who knows people now.
Yeah,
Like,
this was an instance where I knew a guy who knew a guy, and he got me free pizza.
you literally go to the Twilight concert and get treated like royalty.
But it's like unknown, like nobody knows who the fuck I am, but like somehow a lot of people know.
Dude,
Like,
you're
it is
the
weirdest
Twilight
thing.
concert Secret Service. Like,
I'm secretly everywhere.
yeah. You get free VIP all the time, like getting free pizza. You're gonna walk up to the merch booth and they're gonna be like, "Hey,
They're like, all right, I know you.
I know you."
But yeah, so then after that, I wait a little bit because typically the after parties at Alleged, like the line builds so much because they only have like one bouncer checking ID, so it takes
Yeah.
a while. But because it was a Wednesday, I was like, maybe a Wednesday on top of me waiting a little bit, we'll be fine. That was the instance. And so at the show, I was texting the photographer that I talked to at Killer Mike. And I was like, hey, are you doing photography tonight? And he said, yes, sir. And I was like, well, sweet. Hopefully I see you at the after party. I got the camera we were both talking about. And he was like, or then he didn't answer me at all. And so I was like, I see him up there taking photos. Like, it was after I texted him back, I looked up and he was talking to someone. I was like, what the fuck?
Did I spawn you?
And so then I go to the after party and I'm hoping that he'll be up there taking photos so I can talk to him. And instead, I get a text from him that says something along the lines of like, oh, I'll just read it because I got so excited.
When did you figure out how to read?
2 days ago.
I thought we were gonna do that together.
Sometimes I just do things by myself.
No, you don't. No, we're not doing this again. Even though I think I did it like a week or two ago.
I said, oh, he said, yes, sir. I said, awesome. I don't know if you remember, but I got the camera I was talking to you about and wanted to thank you for our conversation. It pushed me where I needed to be. He said, hell yeah, dude, for sure remember our conversation, and I'm happy to hear you made the leap. Honestly, it's the best move, and that camera is incredible. You're going to love it. And I said, all because of you. Now any progress I make, I owe to you. I can't thank you enough. Hopefully I see you at the after party again. Then the next day, or no, that night, as I was
This
getting ready to leave,
MCU timeline is getting fucking difficult.
he says, I appreciate that, bro. Can't wait to see all the magic you make with your new tool. Come through tomorrow if you're free. I'm hosting my electric rooftop at Alleged. Maybe you can test it out there. It's going to be a good time.
Nice.
And I said, if I can make it, I'll be there, because I did have tickets to go to Felipe's concert, Imaginary Friends. And so from there, I was like, fuck, I got to figure this out. And so the whole time I'm up there, I was like debating. I was like, all right, should I go to the concert and maybe talk to Felipe about letting me go in there with the camera, take photos for him, then leave early, come back to and do like photography there at the rooftop. And then I called Felipe and asked like what the camera thing would be. And he was like, because I was telling him my plan, and he was like, the front runner stops at like 10 and we go on at 9 or something like that. And I was like, you're fucking with me. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, that might have just killed the whole thing. So then I kind of weighed the options. I was like, yeah, this photography thing is like, this is in line. This is exactly what I need to be happening. Whereas that concert, I can go to their concerts.
You've gone to a lot of them, and you can go to the future ones, because they will have future ones.
Exactly. And whereas this was an opportunity that kind of just was like, hey, buddy, like,
give this a shot.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do the photography thing. And
can you just take a camera into a ledge, or do you need to have like permission?
That was my thing. So I then texted the guy and I said, oh, hold on, we got to backtrack before I get there. I saw the owner as I was going down the stairs. I saw the owner and I went up to him and I just was like trying to run it by him, because it is his bar.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, the DJ hosting the rooftop thing tomorrow, he told me to come take photos for everything. And I was like, is that all right? And he was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. And he was like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead. And then I was like,
nice.
Cool. And so then I was like, I had said something to his lady about, mom texted me and said, tell her I said thank you and like blah, blah, blah. And so I told her, I like relayed it to her, and she had a conversation about taking her parents to concerts and stuff.
Oh.
Then I leave and I'm just giddy. I'm just happy.
You giddy.
And then I go to Kokomo because Mandy, April, Tommy, they're all there doing karaoke. So I thought I'd pop by just because they're across the street.
Yeah.
And while I'm back there, I ran into this guy, and he's just kind of like walking past.
Fuck you, camera.
He's just walking past, and he goes, hey, nice earrings. And I go, hey, thanks. And I go, wait, I think I know you. He turns around, and I go, I think I know your name. And I have this grin that I get, and then he goes, uh-oh. And I go, we have the same name with the same spelling. And before he could say anything, I go, Carsen. And he goes, what the fuck? He freaks out, and he was like, how the fuck? And I go, okay, listen, we were at Pineview like 5 years ago. You and your friends had a speaker on the beach, and you guys were like freestyling to something, and I butted into your group of people and just rapped Eminem's verse from Majestic to it, and it worked perfectly. And you guys lost your shit, and I was like, I stole that. It was an Eminem thing. I just wanted to hop in. Then we got to know each other, and we both found out we had the same name, then spelt it, and we found it out. And he was like, how the fuck do you remember that?
I was about to ask you that. How the fuck? What?
Because there's only one other person I've ever met in my life with the same exact spelling.
Fair.
And so I granted, though, that is pretty crazy that I remembered the details
that
of
is
that.
very precise.
But I was losing my shit, and then we ended up talking for the whole night. He gave me some advice on my music that made me feel like I should stop music.
Huh?
And it made me feel like shit. But I know that's not what he was trying to do. He was trying to be helpful, but it made me feel like shit.
Hey, you made my best friend feel like shit. Check every corner.
And then I was telling him about the podcast and stuff, and I was like, hold on, the bits that we could do with us having the same name, like, there's some potential here.
Wait, no.
And
My name's
he's-
Carson now.
And he's got a lot of stories that are like, it would be fun to just be like, hey, I only know this guy because I have the same name as him. What's your life about?
Do you have AIDS?
So I want to bring him on one time, and then I ended up leaving at like midnight.
Fuck.
So next day,
It was Betty by time for me.
I go to work. I'm getting hype. I'm like now worrying like, oh shit, are they not going to let me in with the camera? So I text the guy. I go, hey, is there something I need to? Or I said, hey, I'll be there tonight. Is there something I need to say in case security won't let me in with my camera? Like to try and maybe
Just make sure.
get him to think, oh, I should let security know that he's going to be with a camera.
Yeah.
Or I should like, like maybe it'll get him to think of something. And he never answered me
Oh.
at all.
That would just kill me.
Yeah. So now I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm kind of missing Felipe's show because I was able to maybe find a ride to go with someone else that was going.
Yeah.
But obviously we talked about like the opportunity thing. So I was like, it's okay. I got this. So I'm now worried about maybe I get there with my camera and they're not even going to let me in. And this whole thing was a bust.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting at work talking with like for some reason with my like promotion, I have like leveled into, I'm not even like on their level, but like I've moved up to the point where like the managers have been a lot more buddy with me.
Oh.
And so I just sat there and had like an entire conversation. I stayed like 30 minutes late just talking with all of them.
Nice.
And then they all were just as excited for me. And so they were wishing me luck because I was walking out and everything. And
Sounds like a nice crew.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
And we get to I come here and I thought it started at 7. It starts at 8.
Oof.
So I'm ready to fucking go. And then I'm like, oh, I still have an hour. So I'm like, Caleb, Minecraft.
Yeah.
And so I then grab my camera. I get out there and I get there early, obviously. And I have my camera on me and I'm just kind of like walking around the building a little bit, trying to like gauge if people are going in yet. Maybe if he hasn't shown up yet, maybe I could be like, oh, hey, and come in with him. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to like just assess what's going on. And so first thing I do is go into Lucky Slice, get a drink of water,
Nice.
just kind of like hang out for a second, then give it a couple minutes and I see people go over there. And I'm like, all right, here we go. So I go out, drink the rest of my water, throw it away.
Game time.
And as people were going in, I also got in behind them and gave them my ID. I don't even know if I was allowed to get in there yet, but because they were going in, I was like, my turn. I literally said that to the security guard. He was putting his ID thing down and the stamp thing down, and so to stop him from putting it down and
My
picking
turn.
it up, I just go, my turn, and he turns back with it, and he goes, oh. And then it was even more awkward because he like doesn't say anything, and his face doesn't change. He just kind of like, and does it, and then like he goes to give me my stamp, and I like to do the under here because when you're washing your hands, it doesn't come off.
Yep.
And you're not like getting this like on your clothes as much. Like, so I was like, I do this.
That's a really good idea.
And he stamps it, and I go to pull my hand away, and you can see it on my thumb right there.
Ah, he clipped you.
Yeah, it just bounced off my thumb, and we both kind of like went to as if it were to fall, and then we stopped, and then I was like, thanks, and then we just tried to walk upstairs. Then I got up there, and
Me knowing myself, I would have been like, good catch.
knowing me, it would have fallen, and I would have caught it and got it all over my hands.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, why did I do that? And he'd be like,
It's-
why did you do that?
It's like when a knife falls and your mind is like, catch it.
kick it.
Yeah. Catch it with your foot.
Yeah.
Take off your shoe first.
So I got up there and I see him up there, but now I'm too nervous to like do it. Now I'm too nervous to just be like, "Hey, I'm here."
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll I went and sat down on the like the rooftop part where I can see over the street and everything, and I'm just kind of like, playing to the camera a little bit, taking a picture of the sunset. I deleted those photos afterwards, but
Practice.
yeah, I was just kind of testing out what the lighting was like. Then I'm like, should I drink? I didn't eat dinner.
Let me flip a coin. I'm drinking tonight.
I was like, the issue is if it makes me sleepy, that might fuck me up. And then I was like, it's also kind of fun to be a little bit tipsy to take photos because, like, for me, I mean, because I'm a little more like, hey, photo time.
Exactly.
Get
yeah.
people to.
You're a little more loose with your attitude.
Yes, and I ended up just not. Fuck. He got me. Fuck. He's so good. I ended up. Fuck. Not again. Fuck. He's good.
This is the fourth one. Just me all this time wanting payback.
Really one phone that I got.
Just I've been eating your phones ever since.
I'm gonna go to hell, and it's gonna be like
you're just gonna come to a mirror, and it's gonna be my phone.
I'm gonna go to hell, and they're gonna be like, let's pick something that'll really fuck with this guy, and it's just me reliving the same moment of me being like poop at and your phone falling out,
and just my face of
yeah. And then the sheer feeling of like darkness succumbing like over my soul when that happened.
Picking it up,
and
it was destroyed.
It was like the same instance as I said earlier. It literally felt like someone had grabbed the insides of my chest and started pulling me out of my body.
Because we were having so much fun.
Yeah. Poop at!
Fuck! Curse it! I had that phone for maybe a week.
So,
anyways.
I didn't end up drinking. I did get to a point where I was like, come on, maybe a drink. Like,
isn't it so weird that we just reason with ourselves?
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking like my bank account between buying the camera.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I did also just get paid. And then I was like, I also just paid bills. And then I was like, I'm counting calories to lose weight and everything. So like, if I do end up if I'm hungry later, this could fuck me up. Like, I could have the same instance as yesterday. So I'm just piling through all this in my head throughout the whole night.
Everyone around you just hears sounds of heavy machinery.
Yeah. They're not even hearing the DJ music. All they're hearing is the heavy machinery and occasionally like, and then it fades away. It's like someone when they open the door to a club and then it closes.
No, it's just in the bathroom at a club.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're just hearing bang, 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 bang.
Bob, what's going on? Oh my god.
So
my dick big as the Eiffel Tower.
I even got to the point where I had gone up to the little bar area up there and I looked at what they had, and then I went to the dieting app to see what they had like counted for calories already, so I could be like, all right, this one's only this much calories. I'll take 2 of these or something like that. Like I was really going
You're
in.
You're just
on
like
it.
0 calories? I'll take 20.
And then I ended up just not getting anything, but I took 200
more self-control than I.
Right. Well, and then at the end of the night, I was like, I'm glad I didn't drink because I genuinely had so much fucking fun.
Good.
And if you would have been watching me the whole night, like if you saw a camera, if you had CCTV,
I was watching you, Carson,
of me the whole time, you would have been like, Jesus Christ, this guy looks like he's going to jump off the edge. But
you are just like hanging off the edge to get a picture.
I did do that at one point.
Just like
I was taking a picture of a light bulb.
Just bat hang 1 foot off the building.
I looked bored as shit, but I was genuinely having so much fun. And I was like running into people that I knew, like I told you, and having conversations with a bunch of people. And
my biggest worry with like seeing people that I may want to talk to that we used to go to school with is that they will not recognize my dumbass.
That happens a lot with me where I'm like, I go, hey, name, and they go, oh, hey, and
like
then,
they know they're supposed to know you,
and then so every time I just like, I'm Carson, and then I give them the, oh yeah, I know,
yeah,
so that
just give them that,
yeah, so they're not just like, you buddy,
oh,
hey,
friend,
guy,
cool,
and so I would do this thing where I would take a round around the roof, take pictures, maybe just like walk for a second. Then I'd come sit near the DJ side because when they switched DJs, I wanted to get pictures of everybody who had played that night. So I sit near that side, and while I was sitting there, these 3 people were talking, and they were just going at it. Like they were having I didn't know a single word of what they said, but I could hear that it was intense conversation.
Was it French?
No.
German.
It was English. I just wasn't fucking paying attention.
I was fucking with you.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm like looking through the photos in my camera, and I like see this guy kind of like lurch, And so I turn, and he full on passes out, smacks the fuck out of the ground, like bounces off of, like his head bounced off of the floor. And I was thinking, like, and I immediately like stood up, like fight or flight hit immediately. And in my head, I was thinking that like
There's
usually
gas.
when that happens, they'll like hit and then like bounce, and then they're like, oh, like whoa, what the fuck? Like they just like for a second, like black out for a second.
Back.
Yeah.
Usually that impact will put you back in motion.
Right. But instead, it was bam, ragdoll on the ground, not moving. And so then the girl that, of course, the girl that they were with goes, oh my God! And
yeah.
And I just go, oh shit, and stand up. And then I'm like, my hands are up to like see if I could help. But I was like, he's got 2 people already doing something right here. And
If you overcrowd it, it's going to make it worse.
another guy came over, and they were like, call 911, call 911, you know. And so then the main guy that was hosting that night, the photography guy, runs over and switches off the DJ board, so all the music cuts off, and he runs over. He tells someone to call 911. We're getting him up. And so then I'm like, all right, I'm backing off.
Yeah.
So I just went and sat down somewhere else, and this former cop was up there, and he went over and kind of did like what he could do to see if he was like, because he did come back, he did come to, but it was like it took a minute. Like I thought,
I like how you fixed your sentence there. He came back.
Yeah, he came back. He died, but he came back. No, he
died.
He came to after a while, but he had that like the neck rolled back in the arm thing. Like he was
Just
not fucking moving.
yeah, not
complete
doing
dead
good.
weight. Yeah, and
It's like alcohol poisoning to the max.
well, I think it was drugs.
Yeah.
Because what happened
that's fair.
was,
Well, what happened was...
thank
Big stepper. Poop
Standing
scooper.
on business, I'm a
Big stepper. Poop scooper.
See, all that time ago, we were right.
we knew the trend.
We knew what the fuck we were talking about with Poop Scoopa.
We need our royalties, honestly.
Honestly.
Sorry for this is gonna be a long episode, but
There's a lot to cut out with dead air in the card section.
yeah, true. So I had backed off. They ended up getting him downstairs. Like the EMT showed up, and the DJ comes back and
Rolls him down.
and he goes, "Sorry, we had someone that had fell over, blah blah blah." And I was saying the drug thing.
Oh, yeah.
So when he had first fallen, one of the guys, that guy I took a picture with a cigarette, he had gone over there to see what was going on or something like that. And loudly I hear, he's been fasting and he was drinking. And then someone over there was like, yeah, that'll fucking do it. Like,
Yeah.
he's got to get something in him and like all this kind of stuff. And then it kind of goes silent over there for a while. And like way later down the road, I was talking to the guy again, and he was like, yeah, they told me that this is a normal thing, and he does drugs a lot.
Oh.
So it could have been anything out of those two. Could have been a combination or something. But anyway, he got escorted out. DJ came back up, and he's like, someone fell over. That's all.
That is hilarious to
It's
call
taken
that a
care
fall
of.
over.
Yeah. He said someone fell. Like, that's all he said.
No, someone passed out and bounced their fucking noggin on the ground.
Bounced their skull off the hardwood floor upstairs.
Yeah, they bounced that shit harder than most golf balls can.
It was
Especially the
surreal
ones at Boondocks.
to see. It was surreal to see in real time, watching his face hit the ground and bounce up. It was so weird. And then
Carson has a new fetish.
the
Good
rest
catch.
of the night was just taking photos and talking with people. I ran into Tittle again, and he does this thing every time I see him where he goes, this motherfucker, one of the funniest guys I know. He's got a funny ass podcast. He's good at editing. And then like he was going off on it, and then some guy comes up after I took a picture of their group, and he was like, yo, where can I find these photos? And I was like, just my Instagram. So he like follows me on there. We start talking, and him and his other buddy are talking with me. And he was like, cool, thanks, man. And I was like, I'll just send them to you. You don't got to look for them. Just I'll send them to you. And then that really got him on my good side.
Oh, I
Then
bet.
the next guy that I was talking to was telling him about the photography thing, and he told me I should talk to Caleb because he also does that. Like, he works with him on that stuff.
It's very, very weird for me to like hear a lot about Caleb
Yeah.
and to just be one of his friends.
Yeah.
that has no part in that entire world of
Right.
stuff.
Well, and like I just know him from school.
Yeah.
And so when people are telling me about this guy, and I'm like, yeah, I went to school with him.
Yeah, I know him.
I know him. And then I was like, I actually ran into him at the bar not too long ago, and
I went out to dinner with him a little while back.
like,
Like,
and so they were telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, actually, someone just over there was telling me the exact same thing. I'm probably gonna talk to him. And then he said something, and then I was like, oh yeah, I was talking about the podcast to him, and like the conversation goes on for a while, and he was like, yeah, we could, like the Nelk boys, like blah blah blah, and he's like, are you guys interested in like interviewing like professional like so and so on your podcast? And at first I was like, yeah, and then I was like, well. And then I explained to him what happened with Nick's, where we were like, we could talk about music and stuff, but then it was funny fucking bullshit brain rot for an hour.
I was about to say, we just brain rot.
Yeah.
Like,
And
there's no better way to describe it. We can talk about smart people shit for a minute, but it pretty much divulges back into bunker.
And then the guy said something. He was like, yeah, you know what? Actually, I don't know if this was you guys or anything, but not too long ago, I was at this guy's house. His name's Ricky Banner.
Oh my fucking god!
And I go, oh yeah, I'm familiar with him. And he was like, yeah, they were doing like a podcast over there. And for a second I was like,
What?
that wasn't us. And then he goes, yeah, they were doing like a Mario Bros night. And I go,
Oh.
that was us. It was the Super Smash Bros. We were interviewing people for their play and everything. And I was like, funny story, we never finished doing
We
that.
never posted that.
Because I got drunk and no, we posted it.
We
Posted it.
We just didn't. Yeah.
But we didn't finish the interviews. I was like, I just got drunk and started playing pool and fucked off.
We just kind of started having fun.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I can't remember his name. He followed me on Instagram. I could find him.
Do it, yeah.
But it was his buddy's birthday, and he lives right next to Ricky somewhere. And they had just come over to the house while we were doing that, and just popped by for a minute, and then they left to go somewhere else.
I have a
And
picture in my head.
And so that was like a really crazy thing to talk to him about.
What a small fucking world.
Right. And it was also really cool to hear, like, yeah, I was over at this guy's house, and they were doing like a podcast thing, and I was like, that's me!
That's me!
I did that!
I was the one who's like, so how do you think you'll do tonight?
And yeah, I got photos of just everybody that was up there. I got great photos, good photos,
Great
really.
photos. Amazing photos.
One of the
Tall
DJ
photos.
there was two of them. These two ladies. They were the first ones I got photos of. One of them came up to me and she was like, "Thank you so much for capturing our set. It means a lot to me." And I was like, no problem. This was actually like my first time doing this type of thing, so this was more of an opportunity for me, and I'm glad that it was just something that could help you too.
I'm glad it was received so well.
Right. And then
There's some people that freak the fuck out over that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Which, if you're gonna be a DJ, expect it. But
Right.
some people still get mad.
And I think it helped because, and she also thought this as well, but that the guy that was hosting, he obviously was taking photos and the videography and everything. He was doing a whole bunch of stuff. But we were both taking photos at the same time,
Yeah.
and we both had black shirts with a like white thing right here, so it probably looked like we were working together. And so she was like, I was like, yeah, it's all thanks to him that I even got this opportunity. And she goes like, oh, you guys should do like marketing and stuff with each other. You guys looked like you were doing that all night tonight. You guys looked like you were working as a duo. And
That's
I was
pretty
like,
funny.
I was thinking the same thing. It would be so fun to do that with him, but I was like, but this, was just my first try. It was an opportunity that I got just on a whim. So I'm just happy to be here. And she was like, well, follow us on Instagram and then we'll follow you back and all that. And I was like, yeah, I'm already following you guys. I'll just send you the thing tomorrow. And I think that was the only little bit of DJs that I had talked to. And the rest of them I just left alone because everyone else kept going up to him drunkenly. So I was like,
your music's so good.
Yeah. You did so good tonight. And
Can you do that on my... Sorry.
and
That's me asking that.
and it ended up being like a whole great night of fun. But then I left early because it was supposed to go till midnight, and it was 12:15, and they were still doing DJ stuff, and I was like,
How'd I know you're a 3 and switch?
I decided that I was like, you know what? I got a bunch of photos. I'm feeling tired. I have work tomorrow. I want to get these on my phone.
What sucks is I was about to just do that at random, and I almost did it in sync again.
I want to get the photos on there, and I wanted to get the USB full of the ones from work and everything. So I just left at like 12:13 and came home and did all that, and I had the hardest time getting up this morning.
I bet.
Between the 2 days and not eating dinner either of the days, I think in the past week I've dropped more pounds than I have in the full month that I've been doing the diet thing.
Not eating will do that, but don't make it a fucking habit.
Right. Well, no, because I'm going to bed and I'm like, I'm so fucking hungry. I'm starving. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm even more hungry, but then I eat my whoa. I thought that was a part of it for a second.
I know. I
How
just
did you do that?
barely realized it was one of these. This is your foreskin.
Fuck, he's good. He's gonna keep fucking doing that.
I'm gonna keep fucking eating your foreskin.
But Mom got me this hat from New York, by the way. I asked her, she said, do you want a hat? And I said, is there a denim one? And she sent me this picture.
I was about
and
to say,
said, yes.
I like the dark denim. I'm gonna be honest. The brim is lopsided. It's been killing my brain for a sec.
All of my hats are fucking lopsided.
I know.
Especially, it doesn't help that, like, I don't really treat them the best. I kind of just toss them anywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole podcast I've been slowly feent leaning. I was just right here for a minute.
Well, I mean, fuck. Did you see me earlier? I was feent leaning over here. Like, I noticed I was just way far away from you. It's like, oh, I don't have to. Oh wait, yo, two brain, one self, feent lean. Sorry about your hat.
We about to kiss?
Can we? It's still on, right?
And that was the section where we test fentanyl for you guys.
I'm still hitting the feent lean.
I got the fent pen on me, bro.
How's my hat?
It looks normal to me.
I'll be honest, I don't know what I expected. It wasn't that, and that was the best thing it could have been. Just your fucking face. Oh my god.
Oh.
Hey, this guy funny.
Hi.
I think I hit like 18 different octaves in that word.
Funny.
What's fun? I didn't even mean to go that high, but my voice said, "Away we go."
My voice said, "Owimboe,
Owimboe, Owimboe, Owimboe."
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Ooh,
That was sick.
And that's it for today.
Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, rate us 5 out of 5 stars. And while you're on Spotify, don't forget to head over to CK Beats and make sure to rate him 5 out of 5 stars. He has something to fucking say. Shut up! He has something to say.
I've got a secret song coming out.
Do you?
September 7th.
So close.
It's for... I don't think she's going to see this, so I'm going to just say it. It's for her wedding.
That one.
That one, I kind of went back and just adjusted just a teeny bit of things, and I just said, fuck it, it's for their wedding. I'm going to just give it to them. So it's going to come out on all the platforms and everything. And so, like, on the cover, it says for Nisha and Isaac, and on the Spotify, like, canvas thing, it also says it back there as well.
Good shit.
Just so people are, I'm like, just so you know, I wrote this for them specifically.
It's a personalized song.
You know what? Don't even go listen to it.
Don't.
Just let them listen to it.
It's theirs. But after you're done with that, make sure to hop on over to youtube.com/2brains1cellpod. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button. Like this episode. Comment maybe what you'd like us to talk about other than brain rot bunger. And while you're on YouTube, don't forget to head over to CK Beats once more, because that's where all the new shit happens, okay? If you forget that, that's where all the new shit happens, and you obviously don't fucking listen to me, because I say it almost every week at this point. Jesus fucking Christ.
And with the new shit, I'm finally dropping a beat that's been in the works for like 3 fucking years, because I make it and then I go, nah, I don't like this. And then I leave it alone and then I find it and I go, I'm gonna fuck with this. So I play with it and then I go, I hate it. And so it's like every year I fuck around with it, then stop and fuck around with it and stop.
You want to know what the funniest part is? Oh, motherfuck. Anyways, the funniest thing with that of like coming back to something like a year later, I do the same shit with my CAD projects. Like I have designs that I haven't touched in like a year or two, and I'll go back to them and be like, I know what to do now.
Yeah.
Like
that's always how it is with these.
Through the growth of the past year, I'm like, I now know how I want to do this type thing. So,
and that's what happened with this one. And I finally was just like, okay. It also helps that I don't have anything new made right now, because I've been having a little bit of a problem with doing music lately.
Writer's block or
little bit.
time?
A little bit of both, actually.
Yeah.
It feels like every time I feel that creative spark is the wrong time for it to happen.
You're not in the place to be able to.
Yeah, because I'll be mowing the lawn and I'm like, oh, fuck, I got an idea. And so I type it in my notes, and by the time I've got done shower and I get down
check
here.
your notes. It's boom, clap, task, boom, clap, task.
Yeah, it's like, it says like, I could probably even read one. Hold on.
Yeah, just big drum, small bass, a lot of that thing, and more of the other.
Because I just looked at one the other day. Metal face, metal fingers, motherfuckers doomed. Metaled case, devil lingers, other duckers mooned. That's my ass, bruh.
What the fuck? That's my ass, bro.
It's like a mix of, obviously there's a lot of MF Doom stuff in there.
What?
But then I wanted it like the Little Dicky thing where it's like his ad lib is, that's my ass, bruh. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? So that kind of stuff happens, and then I get in here and I go, fuck, this sucks.
This is a stinker.
Also, shout out the booger that's been in my nose this whole fucking episode. You just want to... Yeah.
I have one of those extendo straws. Hey, and also, shout out Alexis.
Shout out Alexis.
I already said the thing.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you. Buy a sticker.
Fuck you. Buy sticker, maybe.
Yeah, buy a sticker to fuel my addiction, and I didn't even get the Uno card, even though we make no money off that.
Fuck you. Buy sticker. Don't do feent. I like how that was like a pet. Dude, that was so funny of us to do that.
Funny.
That was so funny for us to be doing that.
That was honestly really good.
We're so funny.
You should do stand-ups.
We should both do stand-up
We
sometime.
should.
I think that would be... I think we should both do stand-up sometime.
You listen here, you motherfucker. Yeah, I got you by your fucking throat. You hear me? I'm gonna shint in your mouth.